October 7th marks the 11th day of war in Nagorno-Karabakh between Armenian and Azerbaijani forces. Artsakh's defense ministry released footage showing Azerbaijani forces retreating on the approach to the city of Jebrayil. According to Azerbaijan, Jebrayil had already been captured. This was denied by Armenian defense officials who stated that significant losses were inflicted on the Azerbaijani side. More footage was released showing the destruction of an Azerbaijani oil depot on the front. Official representative of the Armenian Defense Ministry, Artsakh, stated that around 200 Azerbaijani servicemen were killed in this attack. Artsakh defense officials also reported that Armenian forces had overrun Azerbaijani positions on the strategic height of Vardan, which is located in the northern area of the front. In addition to this, 80 more names of servicemen who had fallen on the battlefield were published, raising Armenia's casualty count to over 320. In contrast, Azerbaijan still does not publish any information on its fallen. In other news, both Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan and Nagorno-Karabakh President Arayik Harutyunyan have called for an international anti-terrorism coalition to form. This is in response to Turkey transporting Syrian Islamist militants of the Hamza and Sultan Murad brigades to Azerbaijan. In an interview with BBC World, Pashinyan said, quote, "Azerbaijan does not want Armenians to live in Nagorno-Karabakh. They attacked Artsakh with the help of terrorists." He added that Artsakh is Armenian territory because 80% of its population were Armenian and still are Armenian today. In terms of the international arena, Russian President Vladimir Putin held talks with the Armenian PM and stated that Russia is ready to fulfill all its security obligations to Armenia should the territory of the Republic of Armenia be struck. An announcement was later made that negotiations regarding the Nagorno-Karabakh issue are set to begin in Geneva on October 8th. A second round of talks will also take place in Moscow on October 12th. This was announced by the French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian. Meanwhile, the High Representative for Foreign Affairs of the EU, Joseph Borrell, called on the end of external interference and added that Azerbaijan's demands in order for there to be a ceasefire are not realistic. Artsakh Hovhannisyan spoke of a tactic being used by Azerbaijan. According to Hovhannisyan, Azerbaijani forces are skirting the border between Artsakh and Iran in an attempt to get Armenian forces to fire in the direction of Iran. Iran has warned that any artillery fire into its territory would be unacceptable. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani further stated that it will not allow terrorists to operate on its border, in an apparent reference to the Syrian jihadists being transported to the front in Artsakh. In the studio, Shushan Karapetyan, the deputy director of the USC Institute of Armenian Studies, spoke about how diasporans need to mobilize and help the war effort. And British peer Baroness Cox also spoke to CivilNet. She spoke of how this war harkens back to her experiences in Stepanakert in the 90s when the city was under shellfire. She stated she is working to raise the issue in the UK Parliament. And finally, part of our team that was covering the war is now in Goris. They visited a local bakery that is making bread for the soldiers. The women of the bakery insisted that they were resolved to work and help the soldiers in any way they can, adding that their resolve must be high so the bread is of quality worthy for the soldiers.